Just to be clear from the very beginning, I mean 1 minute games with 0 increment. So don't challenge me to any 2-minute games or 1+1 or any of that nonsense. Bullet in my book is 1+0. And the good news for you guys out there is I'm not very good at it. Hello to everybody who just joined me live. I started talking already. This is very confusing, so I shouldn't do this. The good news for you is I'm not very good at 1-0 games because, believe it or not, I'm slow. I like flagging, but it's more by keeping a steady pace in blitz games, like taking 1-2 seconds per move all the time. But I don't have that basic mouse speed. And I also don't have a good mouse. Like my boy Shachunski, he has this high-tech bullet mouse, and I'm gonna have to get one of these days. But I'm not there yet. Having said all that, how is this gonna work? I got challenges, hopefully 1-0 challenges. I will accept them. I will probably flag most of you or checkmate most of you. But let's face it, you have a much better chance of defeating me in this format than in the Banter Blitz. Because with 3 or 5 minutes, I'm a pretty decent player. But with 1 minute, I might get flagged. So with whining out of the way and disclaimers and all that, let's get started. With our first game, I, as usual, don't have a system of going through my challenges, but I'll click on whatever I can get. Good thing on Chess24 is the games only start after you've made your first move, so I can get some trash talking in before it starts, but I really dislike this mouse already. I have 0 mouse speed. I'm gonna have to exchange it because there's another mouse lying around here. And after this game, we will already have the first technical adjustment to the show. As for the game, I'm a pawn up and Hans-Gerhard can't castle, so that's pretty good news. However, Lenny Kravitz once said, "It ain't over until the fat lady started singing." I don't think that's literally what he said, but that's what he meant. And this saying, I believe, applies to this position in a sense that I'm gonna win. It is pretty much over. Now, that's the problem with Bullet. Once I started my sentence, the position changes so much that the meaning no longer applies at the end. Now I'm just a piece up with a lasting attack, so it's not gonna be that interesting. Sorry, Hans-Gerhard, especially if you give me that. I have a feeling you will give me that. Will you give me that? He won't give me that? He's not willing to part with this. But I'm willing to grab things. Probably I could have wrapped this up more quickly. But it's my natural instincts to capture as many of his pieces as I can before even thinking about checkmate. And I'll admit, these instincts aren't necessarily very good for Bullet especially, because sometimes you should checkmate before losing on time. But it's fun to take your opponent's pieces, is it not? I have a plan, and I did win on time, as was the plan all along. So let's do our technical intermission and try the other mouse, because this one is bothering me already. What do you good Bullet players do? Do you have like a mouse pad in addition to your high-tech mouse? I know, I understand this is going to be a fun part of the show with Jan the technician looking for the USB port. There we go. So, which mouse is connected now? This one or this one? I don't know. It's this one. Next challenge. Who could it be? Also, let me see if anybody can hear me and all that. Blah, blah, blah. When Banter Blitz in Spanish, you speak very well. No, I do not. But one day or another. Next game. Mr. Tim Stemler. I chose this format so I can play lots of you. Probably I shouldn't spend... Oh, no, that's a 5-minute game. Sorry, Tim. This is Banter Bullet. I'm gonna have to abort. Sorry, I didn't see that. Challenge me to 1-minute games. We don't have time for all this thinking today. So once again, for those who did not get the memo, challenge me to 1-0 games. And here is our next game against Mr. Zimli. I like this new mouse even worse. Don't we have one decent mouse in the studio? Supposed to be a tech company. I might have to... We have this lengthy form if I have any wishes whatsoever that I have to fill out in order to get stuff. This is a line of the Caro-Can, which I've played a lot in Bullet. For some reason, I like pre-moving 1c6, and many a time you get these positions where white takes on d5. And then, yeah, I don't know. I've ended up in things like this way too often. I'm normally doing quite well here, and also I'm not doing very well, like, articulating my thoughts while playing, and I just realized that there's some weirdness here, which I dislike. Can I get rid of that? Now it's gone, but I'm not sure how I made it disappear. What was I gonna say? Yeah, that I have a lot of experience in these minority attack positions, and I normally do quite well, but normally I play them a little more quickly. Wow, I'm bad at Banter Bullet. Who would have thought that I am bad at Banter Bullet? Probably many people. The problem is the show becomes a lot less fun if I have to shut up and focus on my flagging. But if I don't shut up and focus on my flagging, I might get flagged. And who wants that? See, now I shut up and focused. Oh, I didn't expect him to take that, frankly. Looks like Zimli is also very focused on the flagging part, but he hasn't done so well on that front. Yeah, good game. Oh boy, this is gonna be a mess. Let me first sort out the cable mess we have over here. Alright, so this is the mouse I'm using. This is the mouse I'm not using. This is already progress. Next opponent. Chessentown. What's Chessentown? Which town is that, first of all? He's German. What comic series is that featured in your avatar? Looks like some 90s stuff I didn't really watch. And speaking of 90s stuff I didn't really watch, he plays the Scandinavian with queen to a5. A line that fell out of fashion, if it ever was in fashion. At some point in the 90s, I never bothered to study it. First of all, because I'm not much of an e4 player. Secondly, because I always thought, if they want to move their queen around a couple times early in the opening, let them do it. This should be encouraged and not studied in order to be prepared for it. I don't think that reasoning makes any sense. And he's more or less equalized. I have the two bishops, so I have a little something to work with. But black has very decent pieces for the structure and shouldn't be too concerned here. This should make him a little more concerned, because now he still has decent pieces, but he's lacking the biggest piece there is. Her Majesty the Queen, and that's probably a problem in the situation. Therefore, Chessentown resigns. Let's find someone else. I see a lot of 3-minute, 5-minute challenges. Not today, people. Next Banter Blitz, I will take all of those. But today we're playing Bullet, 1 minute. And we have a dude who's called Super Active, has a Grandmaster title, but has apparently not played a lot of Bullet games. Or he's really bad at Bullet, and he just has 1500 in Bullet, even though he is a Grandmaster. Slightly less likely. But what do I know? Not everybody can be a ferocious Bullet player like yours truly. I don't know what I'm doing here. This delayed d4 sometimes makes a bit of sense because e6 could be a weakness. So I'm not particularly unhappy. And after d5, he's going to have to play an, as we call it in the business, an IQP position. And IQPs I enjoy playing against because they can often be weak. Having said that, nothing special has happened, and I will mainly try to win on time as usual, but I also do believe that my position is a little better at this juncture. Gotta throw in a little b3. This mouse is terrible. I really need like 8 seconds to just move the pieces from square A to square B. Not very enjoyable. He can take on c2. Yeah, I don't have anything clever. knight h5 or whatever tricks. So I'll continue drifting and try to win on time. Maybe this format is less fun than I thought. I can't explain a thing. I'm not playing very well, but I might flag a couple guys. And of course, that adds a bit of fun. You're a grandmaster, dude? What is this? I shouldn't trash talk people in Bullet because I will blunder way too many things to live up to the trash talk hype. But now I like my chances. Mouse is like sandpaper. It's so slow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do research on the mouse situation. This mouse is really, really slow. Enough whining, but yeah, keep the comments coming. I can't really keep an eye on the chat for obvious flagging-induced reasons, but I will read up on the topic later on. Or I'll ask Shachunsky. I'm sure Shachunsky is the world's leading expert on mice. Yeah, knight f6, another move. I've pre-moved plenty, which means I've played a lot of Alekhine's defense in Bullet. But not this time, because he went 1d4, and for whatever reason we're discussing a sideline of the Nimzo. In general, these structures, if white had to take on d5, are very, very fine for black, because you can get this bishop out, and you get very free development. And the more often I say very, the less very impressive this game is gonna be. And yeah, it's not getting funny here either. c5 is a typical reaction to f3. Might have dropped the d5 pawn here, which could technically be a small drawback, but you often want to get in c5 before white gets time to prepare e4 and all those things. Now it's the usual game which I enjoy. Which pawn to grab? b2 or e3? I start with b2, but that doesn't mean I'm not intending to grab other things as well. Like all this stuff. So what am I up here? I'm up a few things. Can I pre-move rook e5? Oh, I was so sure I was going to go e5. I can't quite keep count of my material earnings up to this point, but I have a feeling that I am substantially leading the body count. Pre-move. Checkmate. Yeah, as someone predicted earlier, it's gonna be the opening is this and that, and then my next sentence is gonna be checkmate. I'm also annoyed that this looks so broken. Why does this look so broken? Apologies about so many things. Why? Isn't this the usual? Probably I did a really lazy screen capture. That's the main explanation I can come up with. All very confusing. Anyway, let's play another game and we will get to our very popular segment, I'm sorry, later in the day. But whom shall we play? What about Raffaello, who enjoys his snacks but without chocolate? Goes e4. This is not a very good move, but it will have to do. It will have to do for our purposes, and this mouse is really terrible. I'm not sure at what point I'm gonna start whining about the mouse, but not anytime soon. That much I can promise. As for the position, I guess I'm fine. Should have played h6 a move earlier, but I did not. Yeah, looks boring. Bunch of pieces exchanged on both sides. I am quite happy with my position because he has these long-term weaknesses on whatever these squares are called, which now have disappeared. You should always threaten checkmate in one in Bullet if you get the chance, and Mr. Raffaello followed that wisdom. This is a very complicated game. ED now runs into rook e1 followed by something, but I kind of missed that he could just go CD, to be perfectly honest with you. And the goal in these shows is to reach perfect honesty. Nothing less will be accepted than full disclosure on everything, even on the pawn grabbing. This is just another primitive attempt to add to the pawn count in my favor. I'm still expecting queen e4, which I will meet with bishop f5. And the game continues. The problem is I'm slow. That really is the big problem. And I blame nothing but the mouse and all the nonsense I'm talking, but mainly the mouse. See, I just can't move. And I'm also playing badly, but I still mainly blame the mouse. Very deep rook f4. Who could have seen that coming? Now I don't like my chances much anymore. Nope, I'm gonna lose this game to Raffaello. Good game. He outplayed me both on the board and on the clock, which is one front too many to get outplayed on. You can get outplayed either on the board or on the clock, but both is too much. I really shall change the mouse again. I don't think that's gonna help much. Another Grandmaster. Why are all these Grandmasters out here, out for blood today? They saw Jan is playing Bullet. He is slow and he's talking a lot of nonsense. So let's flag him. Really can't make a move in less than a second. This is a very sad state of affairs. The line he's playing is kind of boring, but interesting. He's gonna go... I thought he was going to go e5, but he didn't. And then try to checkmate me. Instead, this, I believe, is a more grandmasterly way to play the position, but I've never really looked at it. I'll just make random moves, hope to not get checkmated, and maybe create some counterplay somewhere on the queen side. That's more or less my plan. Oh, don't attack my queen. He did though, didn't he? You did. Agudeza, who is that guy? I think I accomplished the kind of counterplay thingy. I didn't accomplish the play a little faster thingy, which would have been nice. My position is probably alright, even though he is now trying to checkmate me very openly. Like not even hiding his intentions, saying, maybe I want to checkmate you. Nope, just going for it. And I'm just too slow. I'm too slow for chess. Chess bullet. Look at this. Every move takes me like 18 seconds. How can you play a game like that? You just cannot. Gotta start pre-moving a little, even though that cost me a lot of material. And Agudeza is good at bullet. Just too slow, it's so frustrating. Yeah, let's do this after every move. Nope, no chance. I'm starting to think about that mouse change again. Can I do anything with this? Oh boy, this is a fun show. I'll whine about the mouse. Non-stop. Good game, Agudeza crushed me. I've played Bullet from here before, it wasn't this bad. Or maybe it was. Let's play Louis F50. Or maybe, that's actually a more believable theory. Maybe International Master Lawrence Trent, who was in the studio until recently, has done something to the mouse. I'm not sure what, but it would not be the first reported case of animal cruelty by Lawrence Trent. So I believe that probably explains everything. And I still don't understand what that stuff is. I'll try to play... Oh, this is a 5-minute game? Oh, I didn't pay attention. Now I'm going to have to play it. So sorry, Louis F. I guess you didn't get the memo or the title of the show. Oh boy, I gotta pay more attention. And what is this position? No idea. I'll take the pawn. This is a big anticlimax. Is that a word? Should be a word. Oh man. He's even in the chat. Yeah, I didn't mean to play Blitz. Sorry. Chess Castle says you have to resign or draw it. Not gonna happen, Chess Castle. I might draw it, or I might lose and have to resign. But nope, I will not do it. I'm too protective of my 3010 rating. Actually, yeah, I'll offer a draw. Who gives? Come on, Luis, let's go home. I'm gonna have to start checking these challenges. 1M. Sleep till 7. Sleep till 7 what? AM? PM? Because sleep till 7 AM doesn't strike me as much of an achievement, frankly. Well, sleep till 7 PM, I've done that. I once overslept a tournament game, which started at 6 PM. I've made it like being 40 minutes down on the clock, but I've certainly been there. Sleep till 7, it's another Caro-Kann. Somehow I always end up playing Caro-Kann in Bullet, not 100% sure why. But bishop d3 strikes me as a mistake. Might be miraculously not losing a piece, because he could go knight b3, targeting both my bishops, but I do not think that was his idea. Knight f1, let's take that. Now I'm a piece up. 2 pieces up. What's with all the pieces? And I'll threaten checkmate on this square. And there we go. Sleep till 7. Whom do I play next? What about Mr. Ewok? Are Ewok these little things from Star Wars? I think they are, right? Oh no. Ewok, Wookiee? Hang on, Ewok, we have to find that out before we start the game. I'm gonna have to Google Ewok. Ah yeah, it's these annoying little things. Who are big experts in warfare, even though they don't really seem that agile or that sharp or that anything. Let's hope the same does not apply to Mr. Ewok. We played a Grunfeld even though I messed up the move order. Now we're back in normal territory. A lot of theory in this position, not sure how much Ewok knows and wants to discuss, but I'm game. I'm always game for a good old theoretical debate. Bishop e2, as far as I know, is not a main move in this position. They normally go c4 or bishop g5, and I'm not sure if my c4 is correct, but it looked fun. If c4 knight d3, well, this I can take the pawn back. The problem is I'm going to have to start thinking strategically. With my very limited mouse skills, it's probably not ideal for me to exchange queens all that often. Because I might run out of... what's the word? Not sure what the word is. I might run out of time, I believe is probably what I should say, instead of looking for weird words. And I should also try not to get checkmated. But as far as I can tell, my queen is covering that square. And my bishop should be doing a decent job covering, like all the other squares. Time to hurry up a little bit. See? Just say time to hurry up a little bit, make some moves. That is the magic formula, I guess. Let's play Mr. Afternoon. Did I just play Sleep Till 7 and now Afternoon? Is this like a themed show? Where no one who's ever woken up before noon is qualified to play? We are doing this at 9 PM, or it started at 9 PM. So maybe I'm catching all the second mice. Speaking of second mice, the mouse is still crap, but I was referring to the old saying, the early bird gets the cheese. The early bird catches the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. I believe that is the correct saying. And in case you're wondering why, it's because the first mouse, poor her, may she rest in peace, she got stuck in the trap. Speaking of stuck in the trap, before getting checkmated, I wanted to do some counterplay thingy here, which I believe I've succeeded with. e4 is now a threat, and the checkmating has been slowed down, but the position is still full of life versus Afternoon, and I kind of miss bishop b5 and then bishop takes d7, which forces me to give my good bishop, and that's a bit sad. I would much rather have kept that lovely bishop of mine. But you gotta play the hand you're dealt sometimes. My position is still nice, because I don't think he can like keep everything protected that easily. Not sure why I didn't go to c1, but I'm sure time will give us all a good explanation for it. Also not sure why I decided to blunder my bishop here, but even here I'm still in good shape, even though d4 was another terrible move. And now I'm starting to have second thoughts about this. Also, somehow I managed to blunder all my pawns in one swift sequence. I lost some time. See? Lack of speed. Normal bullet player would have pre-moved rook d2, queen e1 18 moves ago. Afternoon. Why am I losing every game? I'm not that bad in bullet normally. Yeah, starting to get annoyed, which normally is a bad thing for these shows, because I'll just shut up and try to win games. But not yet. Not yet. I still have the mouse excuse. And I will play my blitz enemy number 1. As I said, I have a lot of experience playing the Alekhine in bullet, because you pre-move knight f6 and often you end up in the Alekhine. Everybody in the world plays a system with d4, c4 and e takes d6. I guess because it was recommended in many a repertoire book, and also because it's a good system. However, I've taken this pawn a couple times in the past already. White should go b3 a little earlier to avoid that fate. Let's go back here. And take this. Finally, I'm managing to grab some things. Back to my element. But once again, I'm slow. I'm trying to figure out how my official apology speech is going to look like. It's going to be, I believe, a combination of blaming the mouse, and saying, yeah, but I'm not used to talking while playing bullet. I figured out you have to actually play more quickly and not blunder into checkmates left and right. And it was a bit of a stiff learning curve to get there. Oh, see, not blunder into checkmates left and right. I did leave a mental note, but it didn't quite work. Wow. I'm gonna have to change that excuse storyline to maybe evil doppelganger. By the way, if you are on Twitter, let's see if Lawrence Trent made it in time. Nothing. Whom am I playing? Jose Humberto Penun. That's a 3-minute game, but this time I've seen in time, so I can't abort this. Sorry, Jose Humberto. We're trying to play bullet, even though I really shouldn't do it, because I'm losing every game. So lesson learned. Don't accept any Banter Bullet challenges anytime soon. Let's try to win one game against Esama, even if there is the price to pay that I'm gonna have to be quieter. Nah, I'm not sure I'm willing to pay that price. Another position I have a wealth of experience with. Not particularly good, these kind of French structures or Caro-Kann structures with the knight on b6. But they're not terrible either. And I mainly end up here in bullet games, so I can't say I've spent a lot of time thinking about them very seriously. But normally in bullet I get quite decent positions. This looks like another very decent position, which I will try not to lose on time yet. Knight d2, I guess. Let's put the bishop somewhere active, and the horse c2. some more moving back and forth. Not that I have a plan, I should. I don't need a plan, he's gonna give me pieces. That is very friendly, because I didn't know what to do next. But then you came through and gave me pieces. And you know, if there's one thing I enjoy, it is free pieces. I've kind of misplayed it horribly ever since I got that piece. But still a piece. Oh boy, I am playing terrible, terrible chess. It's not even funny anymore. I just can't move. That really is the big issue we're dealing with here. See, didn't I pre-move this? Come on, I did pre-move this. Now it's probably too late to pre-move it again. Am I gonna win one on time, or am I gonna lose this on time? I don't think I will. Close though. Good game, Asama. Whom shall I play? Maybe Stratira. Shakira? Stratira? Oh, I have another theory. But I'm not gonna share it with you. Mainly, what is this thing? Now it's all starting to make sense to me. Okay, hours in and probably cost me 45 seconds. No, 15 seconds. So let's try to still make a comeback against Stratira. Not gonna be easy. Oh, that was a bit of a painful intermission. But I have a plan. I'm gonna push all my... first I'm gonna fianchetto my bishop. Then I'm gonna push these pawns up the board, and then I'll checkmate him. That is the rough outline to my plan. And I will capture all the pawns I'm being gifted along the way. But I don't think I should say that, because I always do that. Once again, I've sort of bungled it within 3 moves, which is sad. But the general outline of my plan is still in place. Push, pawn, checkmate on g7. Pre-move g6. Checkmate on h8. Change of plans, but I believe I did follow through on the general plan. What else do I need to deactivate here? Nope, that's too much. I think now we figured it all out. Sorry, I can't really keep up with the chat. Just too many things to do out there. Keeping up with the Kardashians, keeping up with the chat. Not gonna be able to do it all. Speaking of... Nah, I got no Kardashian news. What is this, opening fanatic? Is this your bullet opening of choice? Doesn't look very good, because you have a pawn structure that means every endgame is lost. The good news is I have a mouse that means every endgame is lost, so those two factors might compensate each other. More or less. I could have gone f5, capturing a piece. But why the rush? Oh, the terribleness of my play is starting to get a little embarrassing. Then again, to keep saying that won't make my play any less terrible or win me any sympathy votes, so what I should do is start playing better. The question is how to do that. Queen the e-pawn is a good start. Mr. Opening Fanatic with such a username. Why? We're not done. With such a username, why are you playing d5? Actually, I played the nonsense move with knight c3. Anyway, why are you playing the Scandinavian if you're called Opening Fanatic? some offense to John Bartholomew, because between you and me, the Scandinavian is not a real chess opening. And let's play somebody else. Did I beat anybody over 2000 today? I don't know, but I'll play another one who is as close to not being rated above 2000 as possible. So I believe that increases my chances of defeating somebody above 2000. Siri von Essential, 2001 and forever. Is this a good pre-move? Might have been a bit risky after DE4. This is a Paco Vallejo specialty, and I quite like the system for white, because you normally get the 2 bishops and then you get your pieces out, and you're better. It's considered to be fine for black. I never really understood why, because 2 bishops are 2 bishops. And you get them more or less for free here. Is he going to go e4? No, he took there. I think e4 might have been more in the spirit of all things. Not saying I'm necessarily winning yet, but the 2 bishops are a factor even in such a simplified situation. And more importantly, I've been faster than him for now. Gimme. Gimme. I'm willing to sell out all this 2 bishops nonsense for a single pawn every time. So don't really believe all this 2 bishops preaching I'm doing. I just want pawns. Give me all your pawns. I will abandon all positional pluses I have amassed if I can get a single pawn. Sad but true. Very aggressive, Siri von Essential. What does that username mean, by the way? I'm familiar with Siri. I talk to her once in a while, even though she often lets me down and she doesn't know the next coffee place and stuff. But Siri von Essential, is that your name? Or is it some Siri version that only knows the essentials? I'm not sure. Let's play somebody else. What about the snitcher? Snitch is gonna snitch. This is kind of a slow line. It used to be popular at the highest level a while ago. e5, I'm not sure if I'm not supposed to take this. Oh, Snitcher is a good player. So I'm gonna have to, once again, speed up a little bit. Or I'm gonna have to try to checkmate him, because I've once again been way too slow. He's probably gonna go f4, try to keep things close. No, he's not. Right, then checkmate him I shall do. This should be a painful check. Gimme. Gimme. As usual, all this attacking bravado is only a prelude to the pawn capturing that is about to follow. Mr. Snitcher is trying to confuse the issue, but I'm not that confused. Yay me. What am I missing in the chat? Probably not very much. I'll play Zico from Argentina. And why not play 1f4? There's many reasons not to play 1f4. Big one is you're giving up your opening advantage that you have with white on the first move already by weakening your king and not contributing anything to the development of your pieces. So maybe that's a reason not to do it. But what's done is done. Looks like a sharp King's Indian position. I have no idea what to do in any sharp position in the world, but I will randomly push my pawns and hope that good things will happen to me. I have a plan now. Warning, Zico. I did study 1 or 2 King's Indian games before I grew up and learned that it's not my cup of tea. So I shall follow that mating plan, which I've seen in 1 or 2 of them. Not sure knight g4 was part of that plan. Okay, it's probably time to actually do something active. So many knights in the way. Let's get rid of some of them. Does this lead to anywhere? I'm trying to win a brilliancy prize here. But no, I don't think this was brilliancy prize worthy, really. So what's the body count? I lost 100 points of my hard-earned 1-minute rating already. Let's try to win it all back in one single game against CP Coutert. Because the Caro-Kann is your friend. See? A6, very important move. Then take this dude, and we have this usual structure, which is worse for black. But I will drag CP Coutert down to my level, then beat him with experience in this structure. Now it's no longer worse for black, really. Oh, tactics! Who doesn't enjoy a bunch of tactics? Can I still castle legally? Looks like I'm still allowed to castle. Check. I'm not sure what that check was all about, but sometimes you gotta give a little check. Oh, must get out the way. I'm not sure I've converted my advantage very expertly here. I am still much better. But once again, as usual, the conclusion is it's quite sad how I'm playing. That tends to be the conclusion. This time around I've played a little less slow than usual, but the conclusion is still that it's sad. Give me that. Looks like he's 8,000 times faster than me. And, oh, I didn't even take all the pawns. Yeah, I can't make moves. It's so sad. Good game, CP Coutert. Whom shall I play next? What's my rating? Is it 2,500? Keeps dropping. I'll play Robert P. Zoo. Oh boy, it really looks like this is my first ever Bullet session. It's not. I used to be good at Bullet in the golden days of... It's not the golden days of chess, the early days of internet chess. I used to be pretty good, but I haven't played for a while, as you can probably tell. And it's sad. It really is sad. That game I was up a rook and 20 seconds, no reason to really lose this on time. The problem is, with this behavior of losing everything on time, I'm encouraging people to never resign. Because why would you resign if you might win on time? And that is a very behavior to encourage in your Bullet opponents. So I must find a way to somehow win against Robert P. Sue. But what way could that be? I'm not sure. A little punch trunk. Maybe just focus on one game for a change. Take things, don't take too long for moves. You know, that kind of thing. Nah, even quiet, I'm slow. And we're gonna go through the same dance of me trying to convert all this extra material in time. Barely managed. The excitement. What time is it, by the way? Oh, we're not even an hour in. Feels like I've been doing this forever. Well, that is the advantage of Bullet. One can play a lot more games. Whom shall I play next? It's another big question. Let's play my old foe, Dr. Boki, who's been around on Chess24. Feels like since the early days, since the very beginning. Could be wrong about that, but I recall seeing that name for a long, long time. Maybe if I'm gonna lose every game on time anyway, I should at least provide some variety and not play the Caro-Kann every game. It's creature of habit. I like to pre-move either c6 or knight f6 in Bullet, and look how far it's gotten me. Oh boy. As usual, these structures are kind of okay. They might be slightly better for white in theory, but they're much easier for black to play with the bishop outside of the pawn chain and the chance to chip away at the center. So it's normally done very well for me in my long and illustrious Bullet career. Dr. Boki, Queen e2 was not good. And Dr. Boki respects me. He doesn't know yet what a terrible Bullet player I am. He resigns after losing a piece. Thanks for the game and for uplifting my spirit, Mr. Boki. Oh, another tough opponent, whom I do have a good score against, but probably not in Bullet, Mr. Hochjoch. I must win one game. I'll just shut up and try to win one game. So if I lose that one, which is probable, I'll be even more miserable. Also, not really putting either the flagging or the banter in the Banter Bullet thingy. The only thing I'm doing is losing, really. And I'm playing terribly. It's not like I'm playing all these expert moves and then see, knight takes c4 here. No, I am a broken man. He's gonna go back, having spotted that knight takes c4 as possible, or not. I have a plan. Oh, take that knight is also a plan. See, I'm already trying to make illegal moves. Whoa, did he trick me? So sad. It's all so sad. Just can't win a game of chess. Resign. Good game, Hochjoch. I might take even longer crying myself to sleep tonight than usual. How many games have I lost? Like 10 in an hour? This might be the worst hour of my life so far. Trying to think what else. There was this one unannounced test in chemistry class. Is it called chemistry? Anyway, that wasn't a fun hour. Then I'm sure I've had some other unpleasant chess hours. Then there was a one time where I had to catch a flight at 5 a.m. and I only slept for 1 hour. Oh, that sleeping hour wasn't so bad. So I don't think we can count that. But yeah, it's up there. Let's try to improve it in the next hour, because there's only 10 minutes left in this hour. And then we have another half one where I will crush you all. I'm not even believing it myself. It's a very different beast, this Banter Bullet. Oh, it's 3-0. Oh, sorry, I didn't see Simavo. And he resigned, which is very nice. Else I would have offered a draw next move. But yeah, that's being a big sport. Thanks a lot, Simavo. And note to self, have a look at time controls. What about Mr. Shandor Farkas? Sorry for mispronouncing. Shandor Farkas 1272, probably Facebook username. Whenever I see these weird numbers, I believe. Dude from Facebook. Not Mark Zuckerberg, but dude that signed up via Facebook. Let's play the Van Kampen opening. What do we call this? Taimanov? Well, could still transform into Scheveningen after bishop e7, or into pawn grabbery after knight takes e4. Queen d2 was a mistake in that position. The thing is, I'm completely punch drunk, so I'm expecting bad things to happen to me. And that's normally not a very good attitude to have when playing chess, because self-fulfilling prophecies are a real thing. So if you are expecting to do badly, you probably will. Even though it helps your chances if you're given rooks. Will this be the game that turns it all around? I don't think so. Anyway, thanks for the game, Shandor Farkas. Let me try to finish this show on 2600 plus. That, I believe, is a worthy and accomplishable goal. If I start playing better, which is unlikely though. So we're currently at 2568. I must crush Nicolas Kung. That will probably win me one rating point to get me to 2569. If Nicolas Kung number 5 is there. Let's check the chat. What's up? Jan already lost many blitz points. Well said. Ah, that's Simavo. Yeah, you didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Looks like Nicolas Kung is not around. Sorry, Nicolas. Then maybe Mr. Wankal. I sometimes pre-move c5, but normally I feel bad about it, because after d4, c5, d5, it's not my cup of position. That is the correct expression. But if you're not here, Wankal, we're going to have to end this. In Bullet, the waiting period is also shorter. But I do have a bunch of challenges. People are smelling blood, and I'm so sorry I can't accept challenges from non-premium members, because I see a few not going to be able to do it. I will, however, accept Vagelis Kostopoulos, who, yeah, his user profile picture sort of signalizes my plans for the rest of the session. But it might also mean that people have realized, okay, this is not a real GM killer badge to be earned here. This guy's losing to everybody. What's the point? I will not even play. And that is probably what my last 3 potential opponents have decided on. What about Pepelu? Are you here? Maybe he's here. Maybe not. So I have a long way to go before I can become a credible Banter Bulleter. I do think I've established myself as a credible Banter Blitzer, but the Banter Bulleting, today I'm playing frankly on the level of, no offense, I was gonna say 1600 players, but that would just be offensive to all you 1600 players out there. So I am playing on the level of, I don't know, a drunk baby, I believe, characterizes it most accurately. And we've all seen drunk babies. They are not very good at chess. However, sometimes you can hide behind theory. Even that doesn't work all that well because I've needed like 17 seconds to get this position. I really have to work on that mouse situation. But I'm also not sure how much longer. I want to use it as an excuse. I will win this game against Pepelu. No questions asked. Some questions will probably be asked. Gimme. Gimme. This is not the time for subtleties. As can be seen by my play. Oh. He's going for a last-minute mating attack, but I'm not having any of it. I might get mated, but you have to be very fast, Pepelu. Very, very fast. To his credit, he did speed up considerably in the last couple moves. Oh, I gained a badge. Can I show this to you guys? Probably I can't. Yeah, I can't move this. You earned a new badge. Active bullet player. 1,000 games. I told you, those weren't my first bullet games, even though it very much feels like it. Let's take a few minutes to play in a few minutes. Right now. I know that's confusing. You're not here either? In a few minutes? There he is. Oh, big theoretician. Knows that against a6 you got to go b5, but somehow no matter what opening I do, I always get this structure in every black bullet game. It's like, it's not really a curse because I do quite well from the structure nowadays, but nowadays. Oh boy, maybe I should start blaming the English language as well, which I'm not that fluent in, or I'm quite fluent, but I'm not very fast, I think we can agree on. Like when I do these game analysis highlight videos, the German version is always 3 minutes shorter than the English version. And it's not because I have all these extra punchlines in the English version. It's just because I'm a very slow English speaker. I'm not sure why. I also am aware that my verbal cadence is a little weird in English. I honestly don't know why that is. I believe it's mainly when I do shows because I'm sort of still mentally translating words, but it shouldn't be the case after all these years. And I'm sure you guys are all terribly interested in those struggles of mine with the English language and with not blundering the c8 rook. The thing that always bothered me about Bullet, I'm not sure it's true what I'm about to say. I was gonna say that I always think that once you reach the winning position, the game is kind of over. Well, in Bullet, you still have to finish the game, even though you're completely winning. And I'm not one of these apologists. Oh, see, that's just sad. Congratulations, in a few minutes. Last minute checkmate there. I was gonna say, I'm not one of those guys who say, yeah, I'm a purist. I'm all about flagging. It's absolutely part of the game. I think I don't enjoy it, because I'm not very good at this pure flagging part, as demonstrated once again here. And my goal to finish this show at 2600 looks very, very far away now. Whom do I play though? Looks like... let's play Mr. Duke Crusher. You knew Mr. Duke Crusher? Are you from Duke, or do you just hope Duke gets crushed? Like so many basketball fans believing in the Duke villain. Myth? Is it a myth? I'm not sure if it's a myth. Anyway, maybe you are from Duke and you're rooting for JJ Redick and all the famous Duke disciples. Even though, if you really go through the list, not that many famous NBA players from Duke, right? Sorry, I filter everything through an NBA lens, because that's the only way I get to know about the United States of the Americas. I'll go fg3 here, ruining my pawn structure, hoping to checkmate him before I lose on time. F5 I can take. Gimme. Check. I'll go away. No check. Gimme. No check. You can check me. Will you check me? You did check me. Gimme. Check coming. Check. No check. No check. Check. No check. Probably check next. No, you check me. Then I can't check you. That's not how it works. We can't check each other. No check. No check. No check for you either. This is not a check. And not a check. You can check me, but only once, as far as I can see. And I won on time. Good game, Duke Crusher. Whom shall play I next? Our very loyal customer, Mr. Miktal. I shall pre-move c5. 2-5-41. That is a very low internet bullet rating, Jan. Knight of 3, mistake. You gotta go d5. Grab some space. Else I will grab that space. And don't we all love space? Apollo 13 style. I feel this is kind of unfair that I'm using all my powers now to defeat Miktal. Look how fast I've been. This is by far the fastest I've played all day. And I have a plan and everything. See, here comes my plan. The plan is to checkmate you on h2. I will not sugarcoat it. That is exactly the plan. You stopped it, and more power to you for doing that. But now I have a new plan. And what is my new plan? No, it's still the old plan. Sometimes, if you really want something, you just gotta keep believing in it, and it will happen. Alright, still doesn't make me feel much better. But a little better. What about Tommy Kaka? Alright, I have a feeling my mojo is back. Shouldn't say that. How often have I said that during this show? Tommy Kaka, you're breaking my mojo, my flow here, by not being there. If you're not there, then my mojo will probably disappear again, Tommy Kaka. It's up to you. If you want to ruin this program, steal my mojo, make me go back in time, Austin Powers style, just to get it back. More power to you, but I have to abort in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, abort. Thank you for the game. Or no, don't thank you, because you weren't there. Don't thank you, not thank you. Thank you for nothing. I will play GB2284, who by now outrates me in Bullet. And with today's form, I believe is around a 98% favorite. I will hide behind theory for a little bit. Oh, big theoretician, GB. Don't you hate it when your opponent is a big theoretician? Let's see how big a theoretician he is. 95 is the main move here. A6 is less good, but of course doesn't lose. Nothing ever loses. Queen b4. He understands he should get rid of the queens. Versus yours truly. I feel I've gotten faster, stronger, bigger. Knight g8, very optimistic. Gimme. I like my chances here. But will I be able to keep my nerves under control? I'm not 100% sure, because beating such a high-rated player is a very special achievement for me today. And I did it. This might be the best game of my life. Sorry, GB2284. Let's play somebody else. But you see, I only need an hour, and now I'm an unstoppable bullet monster. How often do I need to jinx myself with these proclamations? I don't know. Stenerson, what about you? Are you there, Stenerson? Stenerson Baratheon. As usual, we get these weird-looking Karokan structures. There's nothing I can do about it. It just happens in every bullet game, unless I consciously decide to play something else. And normally my subconscious is much stronger than my conscience. It's very confusing, the subconscious, but conscience. I find it very confusing. Stenerson playing well, because I can't really take because of Queen b5 check. Therefore, he's alright. Rook c5 was even more annoying, but this is fairly decent as well. bc, it's fine of course, the position remains equal, but I'm not a fan of bc creating this weakness for himself. I would have done something else, but Stenerson has decided that he doesn't want to mess around. He does want to checkmate me, and who can blame him? He might very well succeed. Oh, but I've calculated, probably miscalculated. Anyway, I've calculated that I have a check and then Queen g6 here. See, Stenerson, using my Grandmasterly calculation powers now. Oh boy. I also like it that I laugh about my own jokes. I believe that makes me a lot more endearing to myself. And I should at least follow bullet lesson number 1. Take all their material before losing on time. And Stenerson resigned. I believe you still could have flagged me here, but good game by Stenerson. Kazan better. Are you better really though? This is the new transformed Jan, full of confidence. Only lost 140 rating points, but now I'm feeling strong. Almost unbeatable. The undefeated. Kazan better says, "Hi Jan, how's the vid series coming along?" That's why you challenged to ask about the vid series? Which vid series are we talking? The Dvoretsky series should be out, I guess, this week. My own video series, yeah, I had to reinvent my black repertoire, which was kind of sad. I've decided to do it on the Nimzo now, which really wasn't the original plan. Because the problem is I don't know the Nimzo very well. So I'm gonna have to work on it a bit, but I have not abandoned the project and it will come out soon. But first we have the Dvoretsky series, which are in, whatever we call this, in post-production. Don't ask me what that means, because I don't know. So having said all that, now let's crush Kazan better, because he's not better. Oh, very positional. I'm so slow. The slow part has not disappeared yet, unfortunately. I've started to play better, but I'm just as slow. Okay, that move was kind of random, I will have to admit. Time to start paying some attention to the proceedings over here. Not a very good game, but I won't let that affect my mojo. Another dude with me as profile pic. I find that very creepy. But what to do? So that's me versus Zero Limit using me as his profile pic. Oops, wrong pre-move. I only want to go to d6. But at least I started pre-moving. We should always look on the bright side here. price to pay for my increased bullet strength now is I'm talking less. And I'm not sure that's in the spirit of Banter Bullet. Because whenever I do something, people tell me, no, that's not in the spirit of this ancient art form of Banter Blitz. When I've been around for 8,000 years, I do know what is in the spirit, so please honor the spirit of Banter Blitz or Banter Bullet. So apologies to Banter Bullet, the well-known format, if I have not honored you properly. I certainly haven't honored Bullet properly, because I've played like a total bullet idiot. Not spotting like queen h6 check and mate in 2 is bad in any form of chess, especially in Bullet. Not spotting e3 check, also very bad. I'm just playing absolutely terrible. Good game, dude who has me as his avatar. Congratulations, Zero Lemat. Oh boy, that broke my spirit again. Just when I was catching all this momentum, this had to happen. The only chance to get back on track now is to defeat Ninja Kiwi 17. Oh man. Ninja Kiwi. I've speculated about the origins of his name earlier. He's clearly from New Zealand, even though he says he's from Norway. He has to be from New Zealand, because that's where Kiwis are from, as we all know. And he snuck into Norway using his ninja skills and has posed as Norwegian ever since. Do you confess, Ninja Kiwi 17? Or do you want to give us an alternate storyline and expect us to believe it? Because we all know, whatever you would say would just be a cover. I want to take on g6 and somehow checkmate. I hope that is gonna work, Ninja Kiwi. But if you have different ideas about the course of this game, of course you can let me know. We can have a civilized discussion like two adults and then see what happens. Is this mate somehow? Probably not, right? I should do the usual and try to take as many pieces as I can before losing on time. Boom! Big point for the good guys. Yeah, I'm not that concerned about my bullet rating, to be honest with you, and I do deserve all these losses today, but I will win it all back. Be back faster, stronger, nastier than ever. Let's start with Makar Tractor. Do I have a plan? I think I'll play all these fake King's Indian attack standard moves, which I never really understood, but might as well. Okay, the King's Indian attack will be knight f1, knight g4. But this looked like a better square. You go away. Time to go for the throat. Is that the correct expression? I don't know. Why is it my move? Do you pre-move something? You pre-move bishop a1? That's very bold. Sorry, Makar Tractor. What time is it? I just want this beating I'm taken to end at this point. But no, I will crush Carnicero. C6, pre-move. Maybe Carnicero is not there. Whenever I feel full of energy and want to crush someone, they disappear. So sad. This mouse, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this. I might have mentioned this 80, 90 times, but it is a pretty bad mouse. Carnicero is trying to checkmate me, like, from the get-go. Not gonna be able to do it, Carny boy. By the way, contrary to popular belief, the word is get-go, not gecko. I'm not sure if that is contrary to popular belief, but I recently read that a lot of people believe it's gecko, not get-go. So, you're welcome for... Should I come up with some idea at some point? Probably not. See, I've done something. Probably was bad, but at least I've done something. Can't criticize me for not having done anything all game. Oh, you go there. Okay, check. Will I blunder back rank mate or not? I will. I decided that I will. Gimme. Gimme. No one resigns anymore. And who can blame them? Yay. Up 10 rating points again. Oh man. Let's play Mequel Galapieza. Where are you from? From Uruguay. JJ Okocha. I do not think that JJ Okocha, first of all, was from Uruguay. Secondly, maybe JJ Okocha is a chess player. That's from the old days when I was still following football. JJ Okocha, did he play for Frankfurt? Very old days. He plays whatever. Is this called the Urusov Gambit? I think it's the Urusov Gambit. Popular line. Not Rookie 1. Normally people play Rookie 1. Now it looks like I just have more stuff, which is nice. I guess I shouldn't be too greedy. You can have one pawn back. But just one, not both. Just to be clear, gotta draw the line somewhere. Wow. Not sure if this was the plan, but it's a very deep combination. However, Queen f5 is a nasty move, keeping my extra thingy. And Mequel Galapieza does resign because I took his queen. Never resign. Not today, Mequel. Mequel? I don't know. Let's see if I can find another strong player. Afro Cakes. Let's play Afro Cakes. International chess master, apparently. I am Afro Cakes. Maybe he's not here. G6. Excellent move. Weird pre-moves by Afro Cakes. Back and forth. Whatever works, Mr. Afro Cakes. He is much faster than me, but I will take some of his things. Then we will decide who's right. Okay, if you don't want it, you can't have it. Normally, I would like my chances here, but it's not a normal day, or is it? How hard can this be? Between you and me. One good thing would be starting to realize when it's my move. Ooh, made it. The drama. Won a game against Afro Kicks. That is quite a notch on my belt. Who could I play next? Maybe Mr. Sea Eagle. Now you disappeared. But I always feel very bad after I read out the names and then I don't reward them with not just a game, but today normally with the Grandmaster Scalp as well. Scalp a word? I mispronounce it badly, don't I? Scalp? Scalp. Scalpers tickets. Anyway, Sea Eagle is in the building. And who doesn't like sea eagles? I'm more of a sea lion man myself, but I've heard many good things about sea eagles. They respect their bishops and their horses. I don't know, this might be a different animal than we thought we were dealing with. Very different sea eagle. I have a feeling that even this game is far from over. And I have that feeling because I'm very slow and very self-conscious. And we're all self-conscious. I'm just the first to admit it. I'm not sure I'm the first to admit it. I don't even think Kanye was the first to admit it. Probably people have admitted that they are self-conscious before. And in case you're wondering, what is Jan mumbling about? Get used to it. I normally don't know. I just talk. Alright, 3 more games? I think 3 more sounds fair. Let's play against a Candidate Master. The highest chess title, not the highest chess title, but a chess title. Ingeniero Mechatronico is a Candidate Master CM. And I shall see what he aims for. H6, very deep. Probably all theory. Who knows such things? CMs know such things, that's who. But seriously, I'm not quite sure what to do here. However, I got more space. Can't be too bad, I guess. Oh, no, don't pre-move this. Like, it's likely to happen, but there was no guarantee, really. Did I blunder my e4 pawn? I did, I think, but he decided to let me get away with it. And as usual, I've been slower. Really gotta stop all this slowness. Piece up now, but will that affect the outcome in any way that's positive for me? I do have my doubts. That was close. So close to getting flagged again. But I barely made it. My heart rate way up. It's like at 52 now. Let's play our boy, junior chess team. I don't normally agree on teaming up versus good old Jan, but I'll make an exception for the kids. Everybody's so theoretical these days. I'm just here to make random moves. Look at Junior, knows everything. But he's gonna give me that horsey, which is nice. I might forgive you for all your knowledge, because you're willing to share this horsey with me. And who doesn't like a pretty horsey? I've always dreamed of having a horsey as a child. Not true. That was a made-up story. Queen c6 strikes me as extreme. I understand this pawn was dangerous, but the only potential it had was becoming a new queen. So to give you a queen for it, look at me, I win one game and I'm my condescending, arrogant self again. It's good to be back. And this is gonna be our very last game of tonight. Then I'll go and cry myself to sleep. Maybe I'll briefly check the chat and talk to you guys, but then I'll cry myself to sleep. Big responsibility whom to choose, but I want to choose somebody whom I've never played before, because that has always been, in my opinion, the spirit of these shows. Give everybody a chance to play against a chess grandmaster, and if we're gonna do this more often, then give everybody like an 80% chance to beat the chess grandmaster, because turns out I'm really, really bad at bullet. Not always, but today I'm really, really bad. I blame the mouse. I don't know. We'll save the blaming part for after this game. Juan K, where are you from? From Norway? Sounds more Spanish than Norwegian, if you ask me, which you probably aren't. But let us know all about your origin story, Juan K, while I keep playing terrible moves. However, slightly more quickly than Mr. Juan K. You gonna take? Thought about it, but then he decided not to get too frisky. Getting jiggy with it. Playing well, this guy. Everybody's playing well. That's another problem I'm having with this new generation of chess players. People are too strong. Like, I want more free points, more bungling good positions. Nah, just bad positions. Don't even bungle a good position. Just get a bad position and then bungle that after I bungle the conversion. Don't get anywhere close to a good position. And it looks like Juanca has at least absorbed part of the advice I've been getting. Still the slowest player alive, but Juanca was even slower this time around. So that concludes today's show. It's tougher than I thought, because I'm not a bad bullet player. The whining about the mouse was real, but I can get a better mouse. But the talking while not losing on time and focusing on the game is a challenge. I think I'll do this again, because I enjoyed that challenge, but it is very, very tough. And hats off to guys out there, and I know you are out there, who can do this much, much better than me. Anyway, believe it or not, I've had fun in spite of losing these millions of games to you. Congratulations to all the winners, all the flaggers. Apologies for... This is a segment I end every show with, the I'm sorry segment. I'm sorry I could not give you my reviews on the latest trends in pop culture, so let's do a brief roundup here. Watched Marcella on Netflix, pretty decent crime thingy. Trying to get into Preacher, which I think I should like, but I really can't get into it. I'll hang in there, but it's tough. I love Stranger Things, but that's been a while ago. What else? Have I absorbed any pop culture? I believe that might be it. Marcella, Preacher. I'm also trying to get into BoJack Horseman, because it's another thing I'm supposed to like, but can't really do it. Like, speaking horses freak me out. Sorry for losing all these games and playing like a total moron. For the better part of the show, I promise to do differently next time, and I will flag you all. I will now go out and buy the fastest bullet mouse that 22 euros can buy. Probably I'm gonna have to invest more on that, right? I'll look into it. No, I'm not sorry for the hair day. I'm slightly sorry for the t-shirt, but not that sorry either. What else am I sorry about? I'm a bit sorry about giving out these 8,000 GM killer badges, because they should be like, it should be an avatar situation. They should really be unobtainium. That should be the goal. But it turns out in Bullet, I'm a horrible Banter Bullet player, so we might do this again, and you can earn another one. See, I'm not really that sorry about things. I've heard that my not very good friend, but this weirdo populating the office recently, Radio Jan, might be doing a Banter Blitz show. I don't think he can play Bullet, but he might do a Banter Blitz show later this week, on Thursday or something. So stay tuned for that. He's a pretty terrible player even though he's not a Grandmaster as far as I can tell. So no GM killer badges to be earned there. I'm sorry for ignoring the chat. I want to thank you guys for sticking around in the middle of the night. Tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm doing anything tomorrow, but there is the British Championship at 3:30 with... I didn't even look at the results today. Let's look at what's going on. Nicholas and Fiona are gonna take you through the action. Howe lost, Eggy won in the end. Wow! David Eggleston earned his showdown against Michael Adams tomorrow. Kudos to him. This show has gone way too long. I'm rambling as usual. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Enjoy the rest of your night. Drive safely. Later.